Hey yo, what is up YouTube, Ginno here. Today we're going to be talking very briefly actually about the new Taeyeon album. I'm not going to be recording for too long, but this is going to be my review of something new, the brand new album by Taeyeon, lead singer of Girls' Generation, fantastic talent, fantastic musician, and I've enjoyed a lot of her past solo work and her work with Girls' Generation. I watched the music video for something new a week ago. When did it come out? I've actually forgotten when it came out. I've had quite a lot of time with this album, and I have to say, it doesn't disappoint. Something New, the first track, the title track. As soon as we go into Something New, there's this weird sort of vocal section. Lots of people were saying it sounded like Bohemian Rhapsody. I didn't get that at all, other than that it was her voice harmonizing with her own voice, and it didn't sound at all like Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't know where anyone else got that from. Then we lead into this bass guitar intro. It's got a little bit of a funk, a little bit of a groove to it, and we launch into this incredible neo-soul adventure. This is a really popular sound that's coming through. Actually, it started in the US, but it's really coming into South Korea now. Again, this fantastic new wave of neo-soul, really enjoying that. There's a lot of pop influence on here as well. Get these rather incredible grand piano bits. I think it's a grand piano, and it lays this superb melody. There's so many different instruments that are used in this song, and it sounds great. Taeyeon's vocals are fantastic as usual. The song itself, there's a lot of na 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 na, which I don't mind, but it did get a little bit repetitive. Overall, this is a really good track, but the one I want to talk about is All Night Long featuring Lucas of NCT. The first time I listened to this song, I had no idea who Lucas was. I listened to it, I loved his voice, the gruffness, but also there was this slight sweetness to it, and I just liked his delivery. And then we got into Taeyeon's parts, which were fantastic. The whole instrumental, actually, once again, it's a very pop heavy song, but there's always these interesting little influences. I personally found there was a little bit of funk in there as well. There's these glorious drums throughout. They're quite breathy and airy. Lots of space on this instrumental. It's not in your face. There's no rock or heaviness to it. It's very smooth. It's a lovely pop song, and their two voices couldn't contrast more. If anything, what I wanted more of was Lucas throughout the song. I was hoping it was going to be more of a duet style, like what IU has done with people in the past, but unfortunately it was just like a little feature from Lucas, which was a little bit disappointing. But overall, this is probably my favourite track on the album, and the song itself, the lyrics are really nicely written. The next track, of course, is Brum X3. I don't know. What does that mean? I don't know. I actually have no idea what that stands for. This is a nice song. Once again, there's a little bit of a groove to it. Some nice vocals. The instrumental is nicely put together. There's seems to be these hi-hats in the introduction, and then we get some electric guitar. It's a lot of fun, and when you look at the lyrics, it's all about your boyfriend having an affair, but in like a really kind of funny, bizarre way. It's this very strange outlook, and I actually quite like that. It wasn't, some soppy melodramatic ballad piece. It's actually really quite funny track. I enjoyed it. And then we move on to some a little bit more dreary pieces. Personally, I wasn't a huge fan of One Day and Circus. Both of them were a little bit melodramatic and a little bit too slow, but at the same time they didn't really have much that distinguishes themselves from other songs in these genres. Taeyeon's vocals on some of this are a little bit hit and miss. This is One Day, sorry, I should have specified there. There's this part where she sort of goes like, just wait until, but it's so sort of blended into the background of the instrumental, it just gets completely washed out, and I don't enjoy it all that much. It's quite glitzy, it's quite glossy, this track. There's not all that much wrong with it, but so it doesn't distinguish itself in a positive way. And then Circus is a fairly simple track. They've just got this piano instrumental, but every now and again they launch into these big sort of heavy, almost housey EDM style parts of the song, and it just doesn't fit with the rest of the track or Taeyeon's vocals at all, and it sounds really out of place. I'm not sure what they were trying to go for here, to be completely honest, and it certainly doesn't fit with Something New as a title track. This is sort of, I guess, considered the outro, but considering we also have the Something New instrumental at the end, it just feels a little bit strange. Overall, none of them really are bad tracks by any stretch. So I did enjoy this mini album quite a lot. I was hoping there'd be maybe a couple more songs, but I know Taeyeon is doing a lot with her Japanese comeback, I believe. So if she releases more music for that, I'll be happy, and my quench for new Taeyeon music will be satisfied. I did enjoy this, so I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. I feel like that's a fair judgment of the album. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. This is going to be Ginno signing out. See you guys soon.
Got a bad little mama and she always with the shits. Put 100 in my pocket and 100 on the rims. That's my little bitch. That's my little bitch. That's my little bitch. That's my little bitch. Put a red dress on her and some gas for the trip. Got 100 in my pocket and a couple on the tin. That's my little bitch. That's my little bitch. That's my little bitch. That's my little bitch.